Tonight, another hurricane is expected to wreak havoc on the southeast. An update on the infamous Panera Lemonade scandal and news of the Savannah Bananas making an appearance in Clemson. All here on Clemson News Now. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Brian Warner.
And I'm Mallory Sickles.
Our first story tonight, yet another hurricane is headed for the southeast, and this time hitting most of Florida. Hurricane Milton hit the U.S. on the night of October 9th, just over a week since Hurricane Helene devastated much of the Atlantic coast. While similar in size and strength, Milton zeroed in on Tampa, Florida, and much of its surrounding areas.
At Milton's peak, it was considered a Category 5 hurricane with winds around 180 miles per hour, but has since climbed down to a Category 4 before hitting land with winds of 130 miles per hour. Many counties are setting out mandatory evacuation orders, and others are recommending leaving the area. As of October 10th, storms have captured many parts of Florida, and flooding has been severe in most places.
So far, 11 people have been found dead, and many more are still missing. On Thursday, Governor DeSantis reached out to the public and announced that state employees are currently engaged in over 125 rescue missions across 26 different counties. The storm is anticipated to continue on throughout this weekend. Our thoughts are with the state of Florida and all those affected by the hurricane.
In better news, a momentous occasion took place this week in the NBA that truly grabbed people's attention. LeBron James and his son Bronny James made history as they took the court together Sunday night for the Lakers' preseason game against their opponent, the Phoenix Suns. They became the first ever father-son duo to play together in an NBA game.
While Los Angeles held a lead the majority of the game, the Suns fought back to secure the victory. Despite the 118-114 loss, LeBron couldn't help but reflect positively on the experience. He mentioned to reporters that it was a surreal moment for both of them. This isn't the end, however, as the regular season hasn't even begun. Hopefully, the Lakers can shake off their losing streak, possibly with the help of the father-son duo.
Now we transition from international news to some news right here in Clemson. With the newest update on your favorite Tiger sports, Reagan, take it away.
What a thrilling weekend for the Clemson Tigers. After a successful trip down south, Clemson's football managed to come out on top against Tallahassee's very own Florida State. Interestingly enough, the team faced off against former teammate and quarterback DJ for a battle at Doak Campbell Stadium. FSU quarterback Brock Glenn matched up against Cade Klubnik for his third career start, resulting in a 29-13 win for the Tigers. Not only was this a win, a move of vengeance from last year's home loss, but helped Clemson jump in their ranking from 15 to 10 on the AP Top 25 poll. The Tigers are officially top 10. They hope to bring this winning energy to Winston-Salem, where they will face off against the unranked Wake Forest. Clemson soccer was hot this weekend with wins from both women's and men's teams. The women's soccer team secured their first conference win this Sunday at senior night with a 2-0 shutout against Boston College. Goals were scored by Mackenzie Duff and Kendall Bodak with assists from Jenna Tobia. The men's team, previously ranked 24th in the nation, upset number 3 North Carolina in an exhilarating 3-2 win. Despite being down, Clemson put up 2 goals in the last 7 minutes of the game. The scorers of the Tigers were Antonio Illuminato with 1 goal and Jordan Gerbert with 2 goals. The team is set to play Louisville on Friday and Queens the following Tuesday, hoping to keep these victories going. Cross country also had a great weekend, representing the Tigers all the way in Missouri. The women's cross country team finished second in their third meet of the season, and the men's finished 9th. The women's team managed to take both second and third place in the Louisville Classic, with freshman Sylvia Gelato finishing first for the Tigers yet again, her second first-place finish of the season. And finally, we have women's golf, who secured 2 wins on day 1 of the Barbara Nicholas Cup. Junior Sydney Roberts ensured both of these wins for the Tigers against Charlotte in a tight match. Senior Chloe Holder also secured a 2-1 victory over Charlotte and a 1-up win over Florida. That's all we have here in the sports department. Back to you.
Some good news reaches us all the way from the UK in a truly heartwarming story. This past week, 2 UK safaris recently completed a rhino swap between them, allowing them to reunite sister rhinos who were swapped at birth. Employees at the West Midlands Safari Park commented that the sisters, once overcoming a little sibling rivalry, have come to enjoy each other's company very much.
The swap is also an effort to promote genetic diversity within the safaris by switching out one of the male rhinos at Midlands and sending him over to Woburn Safari Park. The male rhino has the proper genetics to help reproduce and produce many healthy rhinos, which was the initial reason for the swap. Zookeepers believe this should go a long way towards furthering the rhino species, as they are endangered in many parts of the world.
Earlier this month, Panera settled with the family of a student who died after drinking Panera's under-advertised, highly caffeinated charged lemonade drinks. Elizabeth Crawford, a partner at the law firm representing the late student's family, confirmed that a settlement between the family and Panera has been reached. However, the settlement has not yet been disclosed to the public. Reportedly, the student had an existing heart condition and avoided energy drinks upon her doctor's recommendation. The charged lemonades, which were advertised as healthy and placed under less or non-caffeinated drinks on the Panera menu, have since been removed in response to this situation, as well as a major backlash from the media.
As we look to the upcoming week, Daniel, how's the weather in Clemson through our long weekend?
Well, Brian, the weather will be outstanding for the Clemson area during the university's fall break. It will be mostly sunny for the weekend and throughout next week. Highs on Saturday and Sunday will reach the upper 70s and low 80s. Lows in the weekend are the lowest we have seen in a long time, as temperatures will drop as low as 47 degrees. On Tuesday, it is likely we will feel early morning temperatures reach the upper 30s. Fall lovers get excited as the leaves are sure to change with this cooler weather coming in. It is projected that peak fall foliage across the upstate will be in early November. With that being said, get ready for apple picking, pumpkin spice, and sweater weather. Have a fun and relaxing fall break, Tigers. Back to you, Brian.
We finish off the night with some exciting news. The Savannah Bananas are making their way to Tigertown. Set to come to Death Valley in April 2025, the Bananas, an independently owned baseball team, play the game with a unique set of rules different from the major and minor leagues. The philosophy behind the team is to create the fastest and most entertaining game of baseball possible. More details about tickets and times will be released in the coming months once the spring semester arrives. Athletic Director Graham Neff said, "The atmosphere in Death Valley is as good as it gets, and we are eager to help create an unforgettable experience when the Bananas come to town."
That's all we have for you tonight. As always, thank you for joining us, and be sure to tune in next week for more news nationally to locally. I'm Mallory Sickles.
And I'm Brian Warner, Clemson News Now.